Alright guys, welcome back to the Cubist MTG, and today we are going to take a look at 5 more cards that I've cut out of my cube. Seen this a lot on Reddit, people asking what cards to cut and what they think about are the worst cards in their cubes. I started off my vintage powered cube at 700 cards and I'm on my way trying to work down to 540. So I just pulled out 5 of the ones I've cut recently, and we'll just go over them and talk about them real quick. Alright, here we go. First one, Morphling. Put Morphling in just because back in the day, this card would be something that you would use combos around. It's just very good with how adaptable it is. But first off, what it's got working against is 5 mana for a 3/3. Don't love it. Flying isn't as evasive as it used to be back in Urza's. The +1/-1 thing it's alright. It's good that it's colorless, but everything else is, mono blue, so it doesn't really combo well with anything really in my cube. So that's why the power level is just kind of a little bit lower, so I cut that. Next we have Rancor. In the big green decks, a lot of the power level has shifted. Again, this is like an Urza's block area, and Trample and +2/+0, but isn't really a great power level anymore. It is nice that it goes back to your hand, but most of the big creatures that you're ramping into is already comes with like a lot of really good evasion or something like that. So this just doesn't really shine that much. I guess what kind of beats it out is like a Skull Clamp kind of thing, which I like a lot, and this just kind of gets put over. This is kind of along the same lines. Just a Bone Splitter. It can go into a lot of the aggro decks, but it's just not quite the power level that I want it to be. A lot of people will talk about how like the swords, just the power level isn't where it needs to be for them to be really great. But this kind of follows along the same way. It's nice that it is colorless because it fits in white or red or black, but I just think that Bone Splitter just isn't quite where it needs to be, and I do love Mirrodin cards, so it's a hard cut, but we did it. Next up we have Wall of Blossoms. This is probably one of the most controversial in these 5 that I'm cutting. 0/4 Defender, and when it comes in, you draw a card, so it's basically a cantrip. But my problem is that the card draw is needed in green, but I think that when you're usually drafting, you're looking for mana dorks or something of that. I don't know. You're looking for mana ramp, not draw a card with some defender. It usually gets put in the sideboard in the decks that I draft, so it just kind of lackluster for me, so we got rid of it. And finally, we have Makeshift Mannequin. I try not to have too many reanimate spells in the cube, but the ones that are in there need to be at a really high power level, and the only thing I don't like about this, I love that it is instant. I hate the casting cost, and I hate when it becomes a target of a spell or an ability, sacrifice it, because there's so many spells and so many abilities that this can just get played and then countered very heavily, and you don't want to pay 4 mana to just be let down. So that is the 5 cards that I cut this week. So if you have any other questions or comments, please comment down below, or if you want to talk about it on Reddit, just tag me in it or hit me with an email. But please like and subscribe and share, and I will catch you next time for some more Cubist MTG. Thanks, guys.